What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We've got some pretty exciting news and some breaking news going on in this video, so don't go anywhere and be paying close attention. We are officially the owners of this big, beautiful blue Peterbilt, the hybrid Peterbilt that we dubbed Elroy, with the company ReVolt, and that's where some of the breaking news is coming from. We did acquire the truck. We are officially the owners of it. But ReVolt, the company, is no longer, due to the administration change and political climate, the need for hybrid semi-trucks and or the ability to hybridize, if that's a word, I think it is, your heavy-duty Class 8 semi-trucks is no longer on the horizon. Maybe not forever, but at least not for right now, and the need to move forward in developing and offering something like this for sale to the public has come to a standstill. Everyone we worked with within ReVolt, people that built the truck and everything, was absolutely amazing to deal with, and I really thank them all for building such a cool product. But yeah, let's skip ahead. We own the truck now, and I don't know what to do with it. So, to dive right into things, I guess we should talk about how we have managed to buy this truck. My relationship with ReVolt, although was short, was great. Like I said, they're no longer a company. But one of the ways I got into dealing with ReVolt was through Scania. As you guys know, we've got the Scania truck, and they were looking for a company to sell them engines. With Cummins, they don't really want to talk to anyone that's buying engines for projects like this, unless they're buying, you know, upwards of $10–20 million worth of engines. Scania, on the other hand, was willing to work with them to come up with a cool prototype like this and a few other prototype trucks they initially completed. And that's how I kind of became a part of the project. And also, we pimped this thing out, tricked it out, made it look cool, made it show worthy, I would say. And yeah, but we bought the truck. It's been here for about 4 or 5 months now. It was originally shipped to us to finish the interior and do a few other things to it and get it ready for the show season for 2026 and make some really cool videos with it, using it in real life circumstances, whatever it may be. Well, Ryan and I unloaded off the trailer. I'll let him roll some clips here where we unloaded it, drove it around when they finally turned it up to the full power and potential that it had. We drove it around the lot here, pulled it inside, parked it kind of how you see right here, and turned it off, came back out the next day, and it didn't work anymore. And for the last 4 months, it's been parked in the corner over there, waiting for ReVolt to do something, and in that time, they have turned off the company, and I negotiated a deal to keep the truck, and we bought it. So, with that being said, I don't know what we're going to do with it, but right now it doesn't work. So, to go ahead and put it out there, we're either going to strip it down, take the Scania motor back out of it, and take all the hybrid stuff off the truck, and list the hybrid kit and everything in its entirety up for sale for someone to purchase and maybe play with the components or do whatever, or we're going to sell the truck as its whole, as you see it right here. I'm going to attempt to getting it running and working again. One of the issues that it has, the issue that I've been told is holding it from working, is these battery packs have safety switches inside of them. And that was one of the issues ReVolt was working through, is getting these switches to say, okay, our batteries are safe to turn on and power the rest of the truck. But right now they're thinking it's not safe because, again, this is a prototype. This is not a battery that was made to drive a semi-truck. These are just simply battery packs that have universal use. So making all the components talk and do what they need to do. And you're going to see all the components underneath this thing. So we're going to put it on the lift and try to diagnose what the problem is. And these are 480 volt batteries. That's enough to knock you down sideways and turn you into a nice little baked potato. But if anyone's interested in purchasing the truck as you see it, front to back, drop me an email, brucewilsonshop@gmail.com. We'll put it right here on the screen, brucewilsonshop@gmail.com. And Ryan, roll some clips of the cool things we did with it. We went to the clean transportation show. I don't remember what the name of that show was, out in California. Got to hang out with the guys from ReVolt and did all kinds of cool stuff with it out there. Yeah, roll the clip. I mean, look, they got to finish setting the booth up, but I'm pretty sure this is the only hooded truck in the whole place. The truck has been getting some pretty good attention. Electric power. It's so crazy, you hear all the road noise and everything else, but the truck. So I'm gonna be a little bit of a salesman right here and give everyone the full rundown, and then we'll get into trying to see what's wrong with the truck and see if it's something that I can remedy. I have a few ideas on how to bypass some of these systems and potentially make it work. I did crawl underneath it and had my first little claustrophobic panic attack because I slid under there barely, and I am getting fat. But anyhow, the truck has got a DC-9, I believe. I'm probably wrong. I'm pretty positive I'm right. DC-9 Scania engine, yep, 9.3 liter, 5-cylinder. I believe it's rated at 375 horsepower. This engine by itself, with the emission system that it comes with, is around $40,000, $40,000 to $45,000, I believe, somewhere in there. That engine powers a 350 kilowatt generator. Now this thing will make one hell of a generator. 350 kilowatts, that's a lot. A lot of power. It only takes about 7 to 8 kilowatts to power your house. So just imagine that. Anyways, engine powers the generator, which in turn powers our Meritor electric rear axles. So we have 2 driven electric axles, and then we have these battery packs. Now I don't remember the exact size and specifications on these battery packs. I can look that up if someone's seriously interested. These battery packs, the generator and the rear axles, are all water and liquid cooled, which is what this is. This is what's called the cooling tower. And right up inside here is big radiators, and you've got fans there. This storage rack, which is actually pretty cool that they built. It's got storage in there. You can see some radiator hoses and stuff right there kind of floating around, but overall, a really cool truck we got to be a part of. It's got low air leaf Peterbilt suspension on our PACCAR suspension. We put the aluminum fifth wheel on it. It's all decked out with legendary lights and chrome, everything we bought from 4-State Trucks. Shift composite fenders. They're not fiberglass, they're like a composite mesh fibrous fender. These fenders alone are like $1,200 each. Yeah, really cool truck. We've got everything to finish out the interior, 7-inch stacks. There's all the interior parts and pieces. So that's the rundown on the truck. Now let's see if we can try to fix it and make it work. So right here in this side compartment is where the air compressor is for this thing, and it is water cooled. It is also 480 volts. So any wire that's orange like this, very high voltage, lots of ouchie potential. And then there's this module right here that controls all the safety. Now in this module, we've already bypassed one system to see if it would let the truck finish turning on and booting up, and it's not working. And I crawled under here into this space with about, I don't know, not much space, and it was a little sketch. Now you see all these orange ouchie wires here. This is the stuff you got to be careful of. But what we need to check, and what I've been told, is we need to check all the wiring harnesses and stuff like that that are low voltage to make sure everything's still plugged in and nothing has come loose from anywhere without taking too much apart. And that's what I need to do now. And like this is like a quick disconnect thing, so that if you pull that out, it disconnects the battery. So if there were to ever be a fire or something, you know, that would stop it from happening. Everything seems to be plugged in. There are lots of wires floating around under here though. Again, prototype, guys, prototype. The technology worked. It's just the tax incentives from our current administration kind of fell off and changed a lot of things. So this big box right here is what is the safety box, and I was told I need to check and make sure all these high voltage wires are plugged in good. And it seems like they're all plugged in how they should be. Probably should be careful sticking my hand around in here, that's for sure. Get Ryan. Yeah, just to make sure everything's plugged in how it should be is what we have to check.
Oh no.
Lots of stuff going on in here, huh?
Yeah.
Spooky. Anyway, there's just so much different stuff.
Ow.
Lots of stuff. Make sure everything is plugged into its home completely. See, all these high voltage wires look like they're all in their home nice and tight.
And it's got just a software update.
Oh yeah, well look at this.
Oh. Nice.
So that means don't take the cover off that box unless you want to die. But when we unloaded it, we kind of got on it a little bit, and it jumped around. So we just need to check lots of connectors now. I don't know if these right here used to plug into something or not. Doesn't look like it, does it? And there's our big Danfoss generator, Big Daddy. That thing's pretty serious. That's where all the electrification power comes from. Yeah, I mean there's lots of extra wires here. I don't see.
How about that right there? What's this? Should that be? Okay, don't do that.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
Lots of control modules and units, and probably just blinding everybody at home watching this. I don't see anything that's. This must be like the power distribution block or something. I don't know. Kind of like to look and see anything rattled loose, came undone. I don't know. It has a few fuses. We've checked all the fuses. If anyone has any knowledge, feel free to comment down below and let us know. Yeah, I don't know what half of this stuff is. Like, these look like jumper wires that they made or something.
He's a mechanical mechanic.
I'm a mechanical mechanic, and I know some wiring, but not this kind of wiring, that's for sure. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on in here, that's for sure. I mean, we got this Scania engine. I don't know what we could do with it. There gotta be something cool we could do with it, maybe. I don't know. How much horsepower can we squeeze out of a 5-cylinder Scania engine?
Standalone video?
I don't know. That plug right there went to the panel we put here that they took off. I don't know where that went. Maybe it's inside the cab somewhere.
Probably.
Man, I wish we could just press a button and it all started working again. That'd be nice. We got some fuses right here. I don't even know if this stuff even has power with this thing not passing a few checks and stuff. Yeah, oh, we got power in some of these. No power in that one right now. Imagine if we just found a blown fuse and it fixed all the problems. That'd be sweet. That would be pretty cool. I doubt that's gonna happen though. Oh, wait a second.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
No, dang it. That would have been handy, wouldn't it? Now this could even, I don't even know what this is, maybe controls the, that's just crazy. This is one of the few things I've worked on that I know absolutely nothing about.
I'm might not be as smart.
I might not be a smart man, but I don't know what this truck does. Cue the Forrest Gump meme.
I'm not a smart man.
Well, at least we can show everybody all the inner workings of this thing now, and it's not like super secret squirrel sauce. Back up under here, we've got these Meritor axles, which were originally designed by Meritor for a company called Hyliion, so story time. Hyliion was a startup company also in Texas that was, basically they had the same vision here, hybridizing trucks, but they actually bought brand new. If you guys remember a while back, we made a video where we bought like 20 hybrid Peterbilts with all these electric axles in them, and we bought them to use the cabs and hoods to fix wrecked semis. ReVolt reached out to me because I said we were going to sell all these electric axles, and they bought all these electric axles. But ReVolt had actually went and bought all of the gear, like all the electronics, control units, the generators, everything but the engines to do this. And the reason ReVolt went after the project is because Hyliion had taken the same project here, but instead of using a diesel engine, they used a natural gas engine. So it's as green as possible. You're having a natural gas 12-liter Cummins run the generator, but the problem with that is they were doing that for over the road, and it would have worked, but how many natural gas filling stations do you see over the road? Not enough to keep one of these trucks going from California to New York and pass enough natural gas filling stations to keep them filled, and that was one of the reasons their project, I think personally, in my opinion, didn't work out. ReVolt was on the right track with making some really cool stuff. Now, does this truck have some issues and kinks need to be worked out? Yes, but it's a
Science experiment.
I mean, it's a really cool big science experiment with a great hypothesis. The diesel engine, there's diesel everywhere, and you know, the goal was to see 15 to 16 miles per gallon fully loaded with this system in the truck, which is, you know, 30 to 40% more better fuel economy than what our average trucks have now. But anyways, long story short, we had all these axles. ReVolt bought all the axles from us, and that's kind of how I got to become part of the company too, and have the opportunity to build something, the show side of this truck. So these Meritor axles were designed for Hyliion because they invested
Billions and billions and billions.
So we're talking way more than tens of millions of dollars. And Meritor developed these axles. I think they had something to do with Peterbilt too, because Peterbilt runs a similar axle in their fully electric semi-truck. These axles are approximately 650 to 700 horsepower right here in this electric motor, which is insane. And it has two of them. And they have the three-phase or three-wire high voltage lines going into them, but they also have cooling systems, and that's where you see some radiator hoses flowing into the top of these things, blue hoses and whatnot. Disc brake axles they had, and we actually got to see it has regenerative braking also. So if you're coming down a big hill, they reverse the polarity of these things, and these motors will actually turn into a generator or alternator, whatever you want to call it, and put power back in the battery packs when it's going down big long grades, which is, in my opinion, really, really cool. But here it is, alas, no drive shafts. Just really cool stuff. And when this thing did work, it would smoke all 8 tires right here in the shop. We got to get it figured out. So if anyone has any how-to or what-to on how to make this thing work again, I am all ears. So now I do believe the majority of the operating system in this truck is Dan Foss, and I know a lot of you have commented when we were making videos about this with, what's the guy in Canada? A lot of people were commenting we should talk with Edison Motors built it, stuff like that. We can finally talk about that stuff now. It wasn't really anything that was kind of hidden, but it was just something I didn't really want to talk about because Edison was kind of trying to do something really similar to this. But this company wasn't focused on building trucks from scratch like Edison was. This was simply designing a system to hybridize, you know, a 22-year-old truck essentially, and make other trucks compliant if there were restrictions where you had to have fully electric in the city. And that was another thing that's really cool. In cities in Europe, you can only drive into the city if you have an electric vehicle. That's why there's some electric semis that only make deliveries in the city. So with this, you could drive into the city under full electric power, and then once you get back up to the main highway, you could kick the diesel on and run it and, you know, do what you had to do. But anyhow, Edison's doing some really cool stuff. I think what they have is going is pretty dang cool and great, but they're focused on manufacturing trucks. But I'm pretty sure they have some similar operating system. I don't know for sure if it's the Danfoss system that's in their trucks. But maybe some of those guys may know, or who knows, maybe Edison will want to buy this thing. Who knows? But it's really cool. It's got a great story behind it. This video is not as long as I would have hoped it would have been, but it's mainly a search for help, whether it's someone that wants to buy it and have fun with it, or help us get it going, and then we're gonna end up selling it, because in reality, I don't have the knowledge, being completely honest, on how to keep something like this going if it were to have problems. But or just gut it out and turn it back into a regular truck. But I don't want to gut or take anything apart unless someone wants the stuff that's in it, because I feel like if we take it all out, if someone were to buy everything, we got it all pushed into a corner, they're not going to know how to put it back together. So if anyone's interested in a hybrid system, engine, everything other than the frame rails and hood and cab and tires to put in a truck, we've got it. Or if someone wants a whole entire hybrid, we've got it. So let me know. Email me, brucewilsonshop@gmail.com. Comment down below. Anything, I'm all ears, guys. I appreciate everybody. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe. We'll see you later.